Hallelujah! How's it going, guys? My name is Blessious, and I hope you had an amazing Christmas. Happy holidays, and here is to a 2019 that is filled with only the dankest of memes. In this video, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to talk about my parents who play video games daily. I guess you could call them epic gamers. The holiday season always reminds me of Christmas growing up, whether it was the time that my dad had to work Christmas and he had to fly out for something for his job on Christmas Day, and my mom actually would take me outside. We would drive around the block looking for Santa Claus, but really, we lived pretty close to Baltimore Airport, so we just saw a lot of planes. I would find presents under the tree like Santa came, and I remember vividly from that year I got I think it was the season 2 Power Rangers. I might be wrong, but it had the Megazord that went inside of the turtle tank. But that was a good Christmas. Another memory I have was the year that the GameCube came out. I believe it was at a KB Toys on Black Friday. We would stand in line at 4 or 5 in the morning just waiting to buy it. It was hot, it was stuffy, and I locked my legs and I passed out. I wound up still getting the GameCube somehow. Also, the same year, I would go out under the tree when my parents were sleeping, and I would guess which one was Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I would precision open this thing just perfectly, take the game out, and then slide in a PS2 game that I wasn't playing at the time, and then I would retape it and make it look like it wasn't even touched, just so I could look at the freaking manual. I couldn't play it because I didn't have a GameCube, but I would just look at the manual and I'd be like, oh man, they should make manuals, game manuals again. Where's the magic in not making one anymore? I also played a lot of video games with my parents growing up. With my dad, we played all of the Mario Brothers from the NES to the 64, Donkey Kong Country. Back when Yellow version came out and Pokemon Stadium came out, if you had a team on Pokemon Stadium facing the hardest challengers that you could, and you had that Pikachu from your party from Pokemon Yellow, and you beat everything on the hardest difficulty with a Pikachu in your party, you would unlock Surfing Pikachu that had its unique own custom animation in Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Stadium, not to mention a mini game inside Pokemon Yellow. Anyway, we tried for months to get this thing, and then I was out on the playground, it was PE, and my mom walks out on the field. She tells me that she's pulling me out of school for the day because she freaking beat the thing and she has freaking Surfing Pikachu ready for me to unlock back home. That's the coolest mom story ever. Not to mention, as I was growing into my teen years, I was really getting into Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy VII was amazing. Final Fantasy IX came out when I was 9, and Final Fantasy X came out when I was 10. So when I was about 12 or so, I was really excited for the online version of Final Fantasy XI. I remember begging my parents for that online adapter that would go in the back of a PS2. It was like a little brick that would go in just so that you could use internet. But my first MMO I ever played that would lead me to games like World of Warcraft, Destiny, and soon to be Anthem was this adapter in the back of a PlayStation that was for Final Fantasy XI, a game that you could play by a controller, but I don't know how you can play an MMO with controller. And I had this crappy little mouse and this crappy little keyboard, and it was the best experience that I could ever have. So my dad was playing this Korean game that was like Worms. It was called Gunbound, and I was playing it a little bit too on the PC, but he was addicted to it. So I talked him into getting the PC version of Final Fantasy XI, and then he got into it and he was addicted. Then finally he got my mom addicted to it. And from that day, they've been playing freaking Final Fantasy XI almost every day. At the time, since I never played an MMO, it was so cool to, have this unique character that you could change its class, change its appearance, change everything to make it tailored to you. And I had a blast with it. And I didn't really play with my parents too much because I was that cool kid that was like, nah, man, I'm not gonna play with my parents. But I have to say, that game really had me sucked in, and I was addicted. And that game was a grindy game where you would just be killing the same freaking turtle mob that would come across all the way from freaking level 19 to freaking 60. I slowly quit after maybe like the second expansion. I had a lot of amazing memories with it. I mainly just, had school and went into maybe other games like on the Xbox 360 and eventually World of Warcraft. But my parents still play that game, Final Fantasy XI, to this day. My dad's character is seriously rocking out with his stats, and this is even his only character. He has multiple characters with multiple endgame leveled stuff, which is nuts. And the same goes for my mom. Seriously, just listen to how excited my dad is about this game, even to this day.
Just enjoyable to play. I mean, it's easy. They've modified the game where before you always had to have a lot of people to do certain things. Now you can make your own party and do it yourself. Although we have not found anything yet that your mom and I haven't done.
If you've been around the channel long enough, you might have seen videos of me playing Overwatch, Fortnite, and Destiny 2 with my dad.
Now let me try Jinger.
I don't think my dad really understood what I did until Ninja played Final Fantasy XI, the Fortnite Ninja. And then he kind of understood what I do. I'm like a really not successful homeless ninja. Yeah, that's a good way to describe me. My dad still plays this to this day, and my mom still plays this to the day. And the thing is, my mom has a really bad back. Most of the time, she cannot straighten her back at all. And I wanted to surprise her with something very nice for Christmas. And I thought of a chair that would really go back there and maybe help out her back with like lumbar support and that stuff. This is my surprise to my parents. I reached out to Maxnomic, the people that actually made this chair for me, and I asked them if I could get 2 custom chairs for my parents. And they were super helpful, super awesome, and they shipped everything to me right away. I put them together in my kitchen. I stuffed them in the back of my my wife's SUV. I couldn't even close the thing. These chairs are huge. And I told my parents, hey, I got a surprise for you. Please just leave the room. My mom did not want to be recorded, but all I can say is my parents' days were absolutely made. You can just listen to my dad right here. How do you like the chair, Dad?
Great.
Also, these were the chairs that they were sitting in, and I think these are way, way, way much of an upgrade. Seriously, my entire year was made just by seeing them happy, and I know that it's something that they're going to be using most likely every day as they play Final Fantasy XI. Hey guys, thank you so much for giving this video a shot. You've made my day. Thank you so much for giving your time just to watch this video. I can't say thank you enough. Also, before we go, I want to say thank you so much to Maxnomic. Thank you so much. They supplied my parents with those 2 chairs that you saw, and I cannot only just say thank you because my parents, their Christmas has been made by those chairs. Also, if you want to support this channel, if there's someone that needs an upgrade to the chair in their office or for that epic gamer in your life, all you have to do is use the word bless when checking out with Maxnomic chairs for free shipping in the US. Get that discount where you can. And again, thank you so much, Maxnomic, for making my parents' Christmas. Hey, these videos that I've been making, this one and the previous one, they take a whole lot longer to create. Last week's took about a week to create, and this one I have family over, my mother-in-law, so it's harder to create or stream just because, trying just to kind of break away for everything for the holidays. But I want to know your opinion. Do you like the more daily stuff? My reason for wanting to create things that isn't just the same thing turning out. Like, you could just all my Destiny videos is just replace Destiny weapon here. It's the same video over and over and over and over. And as a creator, no shade to Bungie, Activision, or Destiny. It's just I would like to create content that is more thought out, scripted, or edited, and just has more thought behind it. And just by giving this video a chance, I appreciate that more than you could ever imagine. And I hope down the road you would give my other content a chance. I know it's asking a lot, and I can only say thank you so much for those that did give this video a chance. Hey, here's to amazing rockin' 2019. May it be filled with love, hope, ambition, dank memes, and maybe the return of Harambe. I don't know, but I hope you're having a freaking amazing one. Peace and Happy New Year's.